back with another installment of the Premier League roundup. Only this time we have 4 matches instead of 10. Both Chelsea and Liverpool dropped points, which provides a nice cushion for Manchester City as they continue their Premier League domination, going 8 unbeaten. Arsenal also won this week and they gain a 5-point gap between them and 5th. But while some teams have played 18 games, others have only played 15. A peculiar season that is in need of a miracle to get back on track, and is only about to get even more confusing with the arrival of the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. Anyway, here's the Premier League roundup. So the first game of the week was meant to feature Burnley against Aston Villa, but this was postponed only 3 hours before the match. So the only game on Saturday was Leeds against Arsenal. Leeds was so injury hit that they had named a 15-year-old on the bench, and while this may have been something to be proud of for the young man, it was not in the right circumstances for Marcelo Bielsa. Martinelli scored a brace and Saka scored 2 via a deflection to make it 3-0 before half-time. Rafinha converted a penalty, foolishly conceded by Benjamin White, but the Gunners maintained their 3-goal margin as Smith Rowe came off the bench to score his 7th in the league so far. An emphatic 4-1 win sees Arteta have his men comfortably in 4th, 5 more than West Ham below them. The assertive Arsenal win was not the only one of the week, as Manchester City thrashed Newcastle 4-0, with a certain João Cancelo starring. Ruben Dias took the lead in the first 5 minutes as Cancelo's hit into the box was headed into the net, but you must question Newcastle's shocking defending. Cancelo then, himself, he got a goal too in superb fashion, running through the Toons midfield and smashing it from distance. Riyad Mahrez scored 2 and Sterling, and Man City now see themselves 3 points clear at the top, with both teams involved in the title race dropping points this week. Wolves against Chelsea was uneventful to say the least, with the biggest chance coming Wolves' way, and they converted it, but it was ruled off with a player being offside in the build-up. Prior to the game, Chelsea had attempted to postpone it, but it was rejected and Chelsea were forced to field a team including a bench of 6 players, 2 of which were keepers. 0-0 the game ended, and it seems like the Blues are becoming further and further away from the title. The final game this week was a massive one, as Antonio Conte's Spurs took on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool after several weeks out. Liverpool were without Van Dijk, Fabinho, Henderson and Thiago, so their midfield was definitely a bit shaky. Chances were missed from Spurs, but eventually Kane got the opener from an exquisite pass from Ndombele. A challenge on Robertson from Kane was looked at for foul play, but instead of a red, Kane received a yellow. Very controversial from referee Paul Tierney. If Dele Alli converted half the chances that he was given, or if Alisson hadn't been playing superb football, Spurs would have been several goals ahead, but Jota managed to equalise in the 35th minute as he nodded in a goal from a Robertson cross. And after some more graft, they took the lead in the second half as Robertson stood next to an open net and headed it in. Despite his heroics beforehand, Alisson will be remembered for his mistake in giving away the equaliser as he sped out of goal only for the ball to evade him and Son to comfortably put it away to ensure that the points were shared. Robertson was sent off as he lunged into a challenge on Emerson, but Liverpool fans would be furious as Kane was not given the same treatment earlier. This means that they will be without their left back for the next 3 games, not ideal for Jurgen Klopp. With not much Premier League football this week, hopefully the Carabao Cup can cheer us up with some tasty fixtures. Spurs v West Ham, I think, will result in the North London team losing 1-0, and Liverpool against Leicester, resulting in a win for Rodgers' men by 2-1. With none cancelled at current time, it seems likely that all 10 Boxing Day fixtures will go ahead. Manchester City v Leicester is a big one, and I think the home side will win 3-1. Aston Villa goes against a fluctuating Chelsea side, and I think the Blues will face more woe in the form of a 2-1 loss, unless it is cancelled. Those are my predictions, but don't forget to tell me yours down below. But until next time, goodbye.